All right.
Todd wants to start it all. Todd needs to start it all official. Even though I wanted to start, and then you could start it.
And kick. This is Comic Burrito, a podcast. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
And we're talking...
Four kids walk into a bank.
Why are we talking this?
I did a Twitter poll because I ordered a bunch of books during quarantine, kind of early on, and I just never got to them. And I didn't really say that we were going to do a review on whichever one I didn't, but they were all four of them were books that you guys had read, and then I had ordered and not read, and I just needed that little kick in the pants to get it.
I've not read one of them.
And this is a book also that I have to say Cole for sure has been harping on me for a while. Like it was Dead End Kids at first, which I pulled, and I pulled that, and I was like, good job, Cole, I like this book. And he was like, you should also check out this one. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I finally bought it, and it sat on my shelf for a month or so, maybe longer. And then same thing, started reading it, and it was just like, Cole, why didn't you, try a little harder to make me read this book?
Literally, when we were talking Black Mask in our live streams, I said, this is the book that you need to read from this company.
It's not
like,
even, I
it
don't
is
even
the best.
know if it's fair to say, like, it's the book from Black Mask. It's just one of the books.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, Matthew Rosenberg hits this one out of the park.
Yeah, it's very good. I don't really, it's one of those books that I was talking to a coworker today about it, and I'm like, I don't want to tell you really like how it goes because it's so fun to like read and discover it, because it's very good storytelling, and in the way it's done and shown, and like I'm being very cryptic because to me it's just a really cool, fresh little different thing.
Did we ever talk to you about how the issues start?
No, I did not know anything about this book other than it was about four kids walking into a bank.
And even that is such a vague statement.
In rare form, I often read synopsises and even reviews and stuff before I purchase a book, especially a hardcover. But you guys were both, and other people online were so adamantly, strongly positive about this book that it was like, all right, I'll just buy the hardcover because otherwise I'm going to buy the trade and wish I had the hardcover because I'm going to love it. And good call.
I have too. I got the hardcover too.
I own the single issues. So, like, the hardcover is probably cooler, but I ended up getting it straight from Black Mass. They didn't have any hardcovers at the time, so that's why I have the floppy. But I like having floppies, too, because sometimes even with hardcovers, I don't want to get my friends hardcovers. Sure. So it's like, here's a floppy.
Yeah.
So, it is Matthew Rosenberg is the writer, Tyler Boss is the artist, and Thomas Maurer is the letters. From writing to art, it's incredible. It's firing on every cylinder you could possibly want. It really is just like a mix of. It is a defining reason why comics is a great medium to tell a story. It is why it works. From like the fantasy elements that are in it that aren't that you just can't really get. It wouldn't work so many other ways, and you get it right from the get-go. Like that isn't really spoilery because it's not a fantasy novel, but it is able to tell a story while having more artistic freedom, and it does it so well. It's special. It's very special.
It is. There are just certain panels, and the art is not hyper realistic in any way. Mm-hmm. In fact, it's maybe even simplistic. Mm-hmm. But there's certain like facial expressions that that you just see, like, there's one where she like has her head kind of cocked, and it looked, and we were joking about it because we were talking about like which character stuff we were, and stuff, and it was like, that's Todd.
Me and Nick were
giving me that
Todd's
look.
Page.
Like, I've been talking, and I look over.
Me and Nick are both Berger.
Yeah, he's just giving me that little like, really, guys, like. If you like, what's the Netflix show?
Stranger Things. I feel like this is like Stranger Things mixed with Law and Order in a weird way, but not Law and Order. Like Stranger Things mixed with The Inside Man.
Ooh. Yeah, if you like
which,
any coming of
weirdly
age,
one of my favorite movies.
It's just
it's great. I love the intro.
Imagine Tarantino does Goonies.
I was gonna say, I think it's more Goonies, like 80s, like young kids
these
adventure.
Are 7th grade
style.
Kids.
Mm-hmm. It is, and it is old school. Like they're talking to each other on like radios,
ham radios, yeah,
like ham radios and stuff. Yeah, it's
Captain Glory Hole.
It's
and then it's real life will sometimes bleed in.
As far as like parental advice, like. I was reading it, and like the whole time I'm like, man, like Micah, my 13-year-old is gonna love this. And then every once in a while there'd be that one panel where it was, this might, like, it might push that young reader a little. I would definitely preview it, even for kids of that age. Although frankly, kids of that age have probably seen and said and done half. Well, I mean, hopefully they're not robbing a bank.
They're 7th graders.
7th graders? Okay.
Yeah, I think they're 11 to 12, because I know that it's like, I just remember when they're introducing the characters, they're talking about Stretch, and they said he's Stretch because he's the tallest kid in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Stretch, who is like the tall guy. There's Paige, who is the main character, and a girl.
The leader.
Yeah, the leader. And it's really funny because, like, there's certain times where people call her boy, and like the way that the art is, you can like kind of tell depending on depictions of when she's talking.
Yeah.
Where like she looks more masculine in some parts and feminine in other parts, which is, I don't know, something I just noticed with the art on my second read.
Yeah, she's definitely
Berger's the fat annoying kid. He's the me of the comic. Yeah, she is a tomboy. And then there's Walter, who always makes every character in any game he plays a female.
Yeah, that's just there's.
And he whispers.
There's definitely Walter. There's.
And he loves to throw up, and he loves science.
Walter's kind of hard to read because he doesn't talk very loud.
And which is why the lettering is amazing in this.
So good.
It's so good. Like down to the letters is great. Like everything about the book is incredible.
I just remember the first time I read this, I hated Berger. And the second time I read it, I'm like, man, I hate that I love this kid so much.
I'm 4 times in because I read it again for this. So this is like my 4th or 5th time reading it. I hate Berger. It has not changed.
He did, like, it's weird because you feel bad for him, obviously.
Nope.
Not really.
Nope. No, I don't. You're just a punk kid, and I fucking hate you. That is what it comes to. I cannot get behind.
He's just an annoying little shit.
Yep.
But I'm not allergic to Rocky Road.
And he does it on purpose, and he doesn't care.
Yes. He hears what people say, and he doesn't give a shit. I cannot stand him. He's
Guy Gardner.
He's the antagonist. Oh my god, he is Guy Gardner, and it all makes sense.
And that's the thing. When it comes down to it, he's a good person.
I don't think so. I disagree.
I mean, the end of the book.
I think he's a dick. I don't care.
They're first friends no matter what, let's be honest. I mean, they might not want him there, but he's there for them.
And that's maybe something to say about the book, is that it's there's not clear black and whites with these characters. That's one of the things that they're very well drawn. Like, while he is a dick, there is times that he is maybe a good friend. He's definitely always there whether you want him to be or not.
Exactly.
You know, so he's got that going for him, and all the characters in general are very well rounded, and it's just it's a great story.
He's clingingly loyal.
Yeah, and you maybe don't want him to be.
Yes.
Like, you know.
But yeah, no.
Even like
but he adds a lot.
father
He
is,
adds a
like,
lot
really
to the
well,
story.
and
Yeah, the dad is
and,
great, and the antagonists are done really well in a very fun way. While being very serious antagonists, they are a lot of fun.
It's a very like grounded, but kind of over the top at times as well. When you have, you know, confrontations between children and adults, and just things, you know, 4 kids walk into a bank, and it's a robbery story and a crime story, and just all these different things all together, and like I said, it's just, it has that like crazy coming of age story that you read through, and it's definitely not something, hopefully, that didn't happen to you, but
Yeah,
it still seems like it could happen.
Yeah, no, it's Goonies.
Yeah.
It's the other Stephen King
that movie
with the train.
I know what you're talking about. With the kids want to see a dead body.
Yep.
With Joaquin Phoenix's brother.
Yeah.
River.
Yeah. River Phoenix.
We'll fix it. It'll say it over here.
No, or we'll come up with it, and I'll just edit this out. Save.
Save. Shit.
Stand by Me.
Stand by Me. Got it. Yep. As soon as you said it.
Stand by Me.
I knew it started with an S.
The Goonies.
It's any
Stand by
80s
Me.
kids movie. I don't even think this takes place in the 80s. I think it might be current.
I know it's definitely 90s.
I don't.
It's definitely I think it's at least 90s. It could be 80s.
I think the ending panel is
period.
2018, maybe.
I think the only problem that I have with it is at some point somebody says ableist in it. They do bleed in a little bit of modern times, because somebody is called an ableist at one point, and that's not something they're saying in the 80s. That's very much a 2000s thing to say. So like it kind of bleeds. It's definitely a period piece, but does it say it in the synopsis?
No, well, but I just noticed on the back that it just says 11-year-old Paige and her friends. So when we were trying to decide how old they are,
I was saying they were 11 to 12.
Yeah, no,
7-year-old Paige and her friends like to do normal kid stuff: play D&D, eat pizza, ride bikes, and rob banks. This book is about all of that.
You know, the huge.
Like that 2-sentence synopsis is all you need to go into it. That's perfect.
Because Todd, you pulled this, right?
I did not pull it. No.
Okay. Because I heard there's a local comic book shop to us that has a podcast, and they said, get this book no matter what. I don't care who you are. Get it. So I walked into my shop and I was like, can I get this? And they were like, it's only 2 issues in. We can get you a second print of the first issue and the first print of the second issue. And I was like, cool, I'm in.
Yeah, no, this is the I came late to this because I didn't even hear about it. Like
and
it went under the radar for a long time. So I definitely was in late.
If I hadn't listened to a hipstery and like, I think Black Mask might not be very great at marketing from what I've heard from people.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, that's why I heard of it.
I have heard about this book from you.
Yeah.
And then when I mention it, I've had other people who have read it that have been like, do definitely read that. But other than that, I haven't heard a whole lot of it. So I'm just assuming there's a lot of people that don't know about this.
Yeah.
How long do we have that poll for?
Probably pick it up.
How long was that poll for?
2 days. It's 48 hours.
Okay. Yeah, because they're like, after 24 hours, it was like so far ahead. I was like, well, I'm just going to start reading this because worst case scenario, I reread 4 Kids Walk Into the Bank, which the one thing I kind of blacked out on this book was the ending.
Oh, it's kind of a
so like, it definitely, when I reread it, I was just like, I kind of forgot that's how this book ended.
I have kind of a love-hate thing going on with the ending of this book that makes me really want to reread it again and again and again. But there's kind of a way that I thought it was maybe going, and maybe it didn't. And
Okay,
I would say wait a year,
One second,
reread it, you'll forget about it.
We're gonna wrap this burrito, and then we're gonna have
You'll figure it out.
We're gonna wrap this burrito, and then we're gonna have a spoiler time afterwards. So, tell us your comment. Tell us your bank heist plan. Tell a friend
Or your favorite heist book.
No, just give us your heist plans.
Yeah,
we're not gonna make. We gotta. How are we gonna rob a bank if we don't get plans, Cole? Jeez.
Yeah,
but
we
also,
gotta get the plans.
if
We
you
don't
got
want to
good
do
heist books, let me know. I like a good heist book.
Yes. So send Cole your heist book recommendations. Leave your heist plans in the comment, and then like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, ring the bell.
Wait! Real quick before we get into spoiler stuff, I also want to say that I got the hardcover right, and the book cracking that I got reading through this the first time, the little stuff, I can't do it now because I got it all out. But this was a great book to read. It was just in that alone. There's no staples, but
your friend's house, sub to our YouTube from their computers. Yeah. Thank you.
So thanks for getting wrapped up with us. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
Spoiler time.
I was dead the whole time.
And this is a spoiler burrito.
Spoiler time.
Because this is the spoiler.
So either get out or stay in, depending on what you want to do. Bye.
And we'll do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2.
So spoiler time.
Yeah. I completely forgot that
she murdered somebody.
Well, also the murderer died, which is the most important part for me right now.
Did he
die?
Fell in
love with this dude.
Did he?
Yeah,
die?
because he wasn't there when they went to go visit her in jail. He was not there.
Maybe he's super paralyzed.
So
maybe he's a quadriplegic after this.
I also forgot she actually went to jail.
Yeah,
which, like, hey, fucking, this is what happens if you shoot people. But, like, also, she got out pretty fucking early.
She's a minor. She's 11.
Yeah.
She's 11 and she's like 18 at least when she's getting out. So
I feel like she's older because I think Walter is just as tall as Stretch, and one of them is a beard.
That can happen in a year when you're in 7th grade.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, I was like,
do you want to know my love-hate?
Is it the end that she actually goes to jail?
Is it Tiny Princess? Because she's not small anymore.
Oh, I love Tiny Princess.
No, I'm saying it's contradictory because she's the same height as her dad. Then.
Yeah, Nick said something about not liking this, and I just responded, "Sorry, Tiny Princess," or I think I said Little Princess.
I didn't say I didn't like this. I just.
Why do you not like this, Nick?
I was almost through the book. I was very close in the last issue, and all of a sudden my brain was like, Nick, the bank heist is another, like, they're playing banks, like cops and robbers kind of a thing. Like, I thought the ending was I thought it was going to end, and it was going to end with them playing, like, rob a bank.
If you would have asked me, I would have maybe said that.
But then they actually did it. So it was like, I had this where it was like, oh, that would have been just, like, concept-wise a really cool...
Yeah, they did a pretty good job, too.
And they do the ending at the front on the 5th issue.
I will always laugh every time that they go, we got $9,300 or whatever it is, and just like, that's so much money.
Oh my god!
I just remember my mom gave me some shit in the basement, and it was my, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Be a rock star. How much money do you want to make? $27,000 a year, because that seemed like a crazy amount of money to me as like a 7th grader.
Is it not?
Which they're like.
Living large. Walter, I think my favorite part about the ending is Walter talks normal.
Oh, does he actually?
It's not small. He's confident. He's
Does he have a beard?
Yeah,
Or
he
just
has a
Stretch?
beard. No, it's Walter who has
Okay.
a beard, and he's talking normal. He doesn't have his little, like, he's not whispering anymore. He grew up and he's like
Oh yeah.
functioning, and I love that. I think that was great because that shows so much progression. In like one panel, they show how much Walter has grown up since we
Right.
last saw him, and I
Yeah.
think that's awesome.
What do I say to her? It's gonna be fine.
Yep, and it's Walter. He didn't have to answer, and he's like, he's forthright. He's
Well,
able to
Walter's the
talk-
smart one. I mean, I think Stretch is also smart.
No,
Right, Paige was too. But Walter was
Yeah.
obviously the smart one.
uh-huh.
I
But
mean,
he couldn't talk before. You can be smart and always be shy. He could always have
Yeah.
had that issue, but he got into it, and I just love the progression that the characters take in just like it's literally 2 pages. It says later, and then it's 2 pages, and you get like all this story from just this little bit, and I love that.
It's a great book. It really is. It's one of those that it's just like I feel like I think I might wait for my kids to be just that little bit older. There's just
Yeah.
a few things that there's a few things that are like tucked in the corner and stuff that you like if you notice it, it's like whoa. But it's definitely one that I can't wait for the day where it's going to be like you need to check this one out because this is a really good one.
Yeah,
Totally.
I'm just glad that you decided to read this so I could reread it.
Yeah, I like to say it's another one of those books I can always tell, but when I reach the end and it's like ooh, and I just want to like flip it back and just like go again, like right then. I didn't when I
Yeah.
read it, I did not have the time to do that. But had it been a Saturday afternoon and nothing was going on, I probably would have just kicked it back and gone back through it again. It's that enjoyable of a read. It really is. It's just a really good story.
Yep, agreed. Yeah, no, it's an
Yeah.
easy. You just need to read it, but you're in the spoiler section, so you already know that because
You already know that.
you've read
Unless
it already.
Todd-
Or you just didn't want to read this, so you came to see a spoiler.
I put
Burrito.
this at the beginning. Actually, I'm a huge dick.
Yeah. Sorry, fans.
Now you get the spoiler.
Hope you
warning.
read it. Yeah, hope you. Yeah.
It's the video, but in reverse.
Yep. Enjoy. If you play this video along with Dark Side of the Moon, it syncs up. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Or like any Shaggy album.
Yeah, that too. Any Shaggy album. The multitude. I'm sure you have all 4 of his albums. Any of them work. So yeah, thanks for getting spoilered up with us.
That was 4 kids walk into a bank, spoiler edition.
And a Twitter poll review.
Twitter poll review, a secret Twitter poll review. Because just in case I didn't have time, I didn't say that we were going to do that. I just said I that I was going to read it.
Shaggy has 13 albums.
All right.
Wow.
Well, I underestimated a little bit.
Apologies to Shaggy.
Yep. Once again I have to apologize to recording artist Shaggy. I'm really getting sick of doing this.
Really sorry.
That needs to be your
God.
new calling card in the spoiler burrito.
He's an avid fan of the comic Burrito.
I know.
He is.
Sorry.
And if you like It Wasn't Me,
It wasn't
you
me.
should sell to us.
Yeah. It wasn't me. All right.
Or make your friends
So break into Shaggy's house
Yeah.
and subscribe him to the Comic Burrito and ring the bell.
Mhm.
Leave a comment that just says, I read 4 Kids That Walk Into a Bank and I also loved it. Or leave a comment that says, I haven't read it and I'm going to go buy it.
If you are
You
responding to
read
that
it.
and you read it and you just watched all of this,
You're a butt.
That's weird.
What the butt?
I
said a
what the
what?
butt? Yeah, in the butt. So thanks. Bye.
Bye!
Bye.